Hello and welcome to KJTV News. Canada's newly sworn-in Prime Minister, Mark Carney, has begun his first official foreign visit with a significant meeting at Buckingham Palace. Earlier today, Carney met with King Charles III, Canada's head of state, in London. This visit marks a crucial step in strengthening Canada's international relations, particularly with European allies, at a time of rising tensions with the United States. Carney, who took office last Friday after succeeding Justin Trudeau, arrived in London following discussions with French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris. Upon meeting the king, the two exchanged warm greetings, with King Charles congratulating the new prime minister. Carney expressed his gratitude, but also lightheartedly mentioned that his Order of Canada pin had broken upon arrival. In response, the king offered a chuckle and a reassuring remark. Carney further noted, "Much to catch up on," indicating the importance of their discussions. Beyond the ceremonial aspects of his visit, Carney's meetings hold strategic significance. With ongoing geopolitical challenges, he is focused on reinforcing Canada's position on the global stage. His talks with European leaders, including UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer later today, aim to solidify Canada's economic and diplomatic ties with the region. This is particularly critical as Carney navigates increasing trade conflicts with the United States under President Donald Trump. Tensions between Canada and the U.S. have escalated, with Trump imposing a 25% tariff on Canadian steel and aluminum, while threatening broader restrictions on all Canadian exports starting in April. In response, Canada has introduced retaliatory tariffs worth $20 billion on various U.S. products, signaling a firm stance against economic pressure. Furthermore, Trump has repeatedly made controversial statements suggesting that Canada should become the 51st state of the United States. Addressing these remarks, Carney firmly asserted during his swearing-in ceremony that Canada is an independent nation and will never, ever, in any way, shape, or form, be part of the United States. Carney's diplomatic tour emphasizes Canada's commitment to strong international partnerships, particularly with Europe, as he works to maintain economic stability and political independence in the face of U.S. pressures. His visit to London and Paris signals a clear intention to bolster alliances with key European nations, ensuring that Canada remains a strong and sovereign player on the global stage. We will continue to follow this story closely. Stay tuned for more updates. In other news, a British man who managed to evade justice for nearly 3 decades has been found guilty of a series of historical offences. The individual, who previously held positions of trust in educational institutions and community organizations, was arrested at Heathrow Airport in March last year after returning from Thailand. He had been living there under a different identity for over 25 years before his capture. Authorities revealed that the individual had been wanted since 1997 after failing to appear in court for serious allegations. Instead of facing justice, he fled the country and assumed a false identity, residing in Thailand for more than 2 decades. However, recent developments led to his identification and subsequent arrest upon his arrival back in the UK. According to legal officials, the accused had used his roles within schools, youth groups, and other institutions to engage in unlawful activities. Investigators stated that his misconduct had spanned nearly 4 decades, affecting multiple individuals who had trusted him. Some of those impacted have now come forward to share their experiences, highlighting the long-term emotional and psychological consequences of his actions. During the legal proceedings, the individual admitted to some charges but denied the most severe allegations against him. Despite his defense, law enforcement officials emphasized that substantial evidence was presented in court, leading to his conviction on numerous additional counts. The offenses were reported to have taken place between 1968 and 1995. With incidents occurring in different regions across the United Kingdom. Many of the impacted individuals had initially struggled to be heard, but over time, their testimonies played a crucial role in securing justice. After his initial arrest in 1997, the fugitive managed to obtain fraudulent identification documents, allowing him to live undetected under a different name. Investigators ultimately tracked him down using advanced identification technology. When authorities learned that he was planning to return to the UK, they allowed him to travel under his assumed identity, ensuring his immediate arrest upon arrival at the airport. Although no confirmed reports have emerged regarding similar misconduct during his time in Thailand, authorities have urged anyone with additional information to step forward. Investigators continue to examine the full extent of his actions to determine whether more individuals may have been affected. The convicted individual has been remanded in custody and is now awaiting sentencing, which is scheduled to take place on April 7, 2025. This long-awaited legal resolution brings a sense of closure to many who have waited decades for justice to be served. For the latest updates on this case and more breaking news, stay tuned to KJ TV News. Thank you for watching us, and don't forget to subscribe.